Przeoczyliśmy dużo rzeczy, jeżeli chodzi o nowe sceny z całego odcinka Skibidi Toilet. Serdecznie Was zapraszam. Dzisiaj Elite i Data Bio będą te teorie sobie opowiadać. Ja je skomentuję, zostawcie lajka i obejrzyjcie cały
will be
odcinek.
a very important
Lecimy.
video as you will receive a lot of interesting information and theories. And everyone probably saw the new scene that Boom added to the full
No właśnie,
version
ta
of
nowa
episode
scena
70.
z
And I want to say that I
detektywem.
noticed several crazy details in this scene that no one noticed.
Okej,
And also
zobaczmy.
Elite Cameraman and I will try to find out what actually happened in part 3 of episode 70. And we will talk about the secret agent and his assistants and also about Plunger Man. And about the events that await us in the future episode and when
Jakie wydarzenia? Będzie bitka z astrotoaletami, a ciekawe jak się zachowa G-Man. Czy on będzie z astrotoaletami, czy będzie swoją
it
frakcję
comes
miał?
out. Hello friends, you're on the channel. Subscribe to the channel and press the like button under the video
Wy też
to
nie
speed up the release
subskrybujcie
of the next
oczywiście.
video. And let's go. Episode 70 was the most legendary of all, and it seems we saw a lot of events and a secret agent, but everything became even more confusing. So far we know that astro toilets are the main threat, but we don't know what the secret agent is up to. And we also don't know
No właśnie, bo ten sekretny agent to tak naprawdę on jest po swojej stronie, on nie jest po stronie Skibidi czy po stronie Sojuszu, on ma swój cel, nie wiemy jeszcze jaki, natomiast jednym z jego celów było to, żeby po prostu nie powiązać go, żeby nikt go nie powiązał ze Skibidi Toilet i to mu się udało praktycznie, wymazał pamięć, zniszczył te osoby, te kamery Darka i Ninja, którzy wiedzieli o tym wszystkim, a teraz po prostu jeszcze po prostu przejął tych agentów niektórych, którzy też coś wiedzieli, nie?
where did Skibidi toilets get agent technology and also TV men books. And besides these, there are a million more questions, but today we will try to figure it all out and welcome our guest, Elite Cameraman.
Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman here.
Initially, when we saw the secret agent at the table, we noticed that on his table there are heads of all races in the series, and
No.
also on the left
No i mamy głowę wszystkich raz i tu jest jeszcze monitor,
we saw a
nie?
computer and there are several
Komputer.
options why it is there. But we have long suspected that it is possible that computer men will be new race. What do you think about it?
I personally don't think it necessarily is a clue about a new race, since the computer is still a monitor just like the TV race, but I do think that we might see another race later in the series, because Boom will most likely want to add some new stuff.
And here I agree with you. Although I have said many times that perhaps we will see computer men, but actually it's just a computer and we already have a race of TV men. And it's unlikely that Boom will add a similar race to the series.
To nie jest, komputery nie są podobną rasą, poza tym no, jakoś trzeba się przeciwstawiać astrotoaletom. Myślę, że komputer byłby, nowa rasa musi zostać wprowadzona.
But it always seems strange to me that he focused our attention on computers. And in part 2 of episode 70, we also saw a computer on the table. And in episode 68, Boom took control of the Plunger cameraman so that he looked down, and there we saw a green light and also computers. But perhaps we are too clingy to the details, because these computers could be part of the map which Boom used and he didn't add them, since they were originally there. And perhaps the new race will not be computer men. But I'm sure that there will definitely be a new race because it will add interest to the series.
Też mi się wydaje, no tak jak mówię, odpowiedź na astrotoalety to muszą coś wymyślić Sojusz, bo na razie astrotoalety mają dużą przewagę.
But let's go back to the most tragic moment in the episode when Plunger Cameraman died, and many argue about his death, and in fact there is a chance that we could see him again.
Ja
But what do you
też to uważam, że go zobaczymy
think about
jeszcze.
it, Elite?
I really don't think Plunger Cameraman is alive at all if that were the case. It would make the stakes feel lower, unlike where it's been set. He already lived one crazy fight where he almost died in episode 57, but this time, I don't think there is a way he lives, because the secret agent personally made sure he died in my opinion. Even if he does somehow make it out alive, he probably will not have any memories left because from what I understand, the secret agent doesn't want anyone knowing about what he was doing.
No też mi się wydaje, że słuchajcie, jak wróci, to z wymazaną pamięcią i ten detektyw może w jakiś sposób się zainteresować tym ninją, żeby się dowiedzieć, co się wydarzyło, dlaczego były zakłócenia i nie widzieli pewnych nagrań,
And
nie?
at first glance, all this makes sense. Plungerman did his job, but since he knew too much, the secret agent had to kill him. And throughout the entire series, we have not lost a single special agent or Titan. And perhaps this time has come and Plungerman is no longer come back. But still, I would like him to come back, and now I will show you a few details that give us a chance that we can see him again.
No to
First of all, the
pewnie tak jak moje
secret
teorie, nie?
agent said that Plungerman did not survive this battle, although he could said different words like, We will have to say goodbye or you will not survive this
No właśnie, on nie... This battle, czyli tej bitwy nie przetrwałeś, ale być może przetrwasz następną.
war. But he said that you did not survive this battle, but the war is not over yet, and the secret agent could use him for his own purposes. And perhaps the secret agent will return the Plunger Man but make him his assistant as he did with the lucky cameraman and the twins. And another important detail is that at the end we saw the inscription camera offline. Although in episode 60 we saw how the cameramen were destroyed and there was no such inscription, and the recording was simply interrupted. We also saw a strange floppy disk that the secret agent received. And I already said earlier that perhaps it contains Plungerman's memory in which he knew a lot about the secret agent.
Możliwe, że coś takiego, że jego pamięć została tam wrzucona, zgrana, nie?
And there is a chance that the secret agent did not kill Plungerman but turned it off. And this indicates the inscription camera offline. And if you take this floppy disk
No to może mieć rację, ja nie zwróciłem na to uwagi, ale rzeczywiście kamera offline, że jest wyłączona, to nie jest, że jest uszkodzona, zniszczona, tylko ją wyłączył, więc można to włączyć.
from a secret agent, then perhaps the cameraman scientists could restore our hero and probably the agents hired this detective so that he would find out more about the secret agent. And probably the words, "This is the end" for someone indicated the death of another character and not the Plunger Man. It could be a dark assassin or a Skibidi scientist. But in any case, these are just my crazy theories. And the chance that Plungerman is alive is about 5% because as Elite said, he has already resurrected after episode 57. And if he resurrects again, it won't be interesting. But I will hope.
Moim zdaniem to będzie interesujące,
Also
jeżeli
write
on
what you
się
think about
pojawi.
this and what is the chance that Plungerman is alive, and we move on. But at this point, we have the most questions for the secret agent. He was hiding for the whole series. And suddenly, now that the Astro toilets appeared, he began to show himself. But we don't know which side he's on and what his plan is. And what are your thoughts about this?
The secret agent has his own side. He is not affiliated with any faction. He most likely will keep using all the sides as he wishes for his own goals. And we have no idea what these goals are. But I'm sure that from now on, we'll get to learn more about him over time.
And I also think that he is on his side, and he helped the agents and toilets
Ja też
only
się
for
z
his
tym
own benefit.
zgadzam. No.
And I'm also sure that he worked together with the Skibidi scientist, since in the full version we heard what the secret agent said to the scientist.
To jest dobre, ponieważ nie wiem jeszcze tego. No i to jest za głośno.
And from these words, it becomes clear that the Skibidi scientist used to work with a secret agent.
No,
And
że
although-
się znają, na pewno się znają.
The scientist spoke his own Skibidi language. The secret agent understood him perfectly. And the scientist said something like, "We agreed with you about other conditions, and now these agents are trying to kill me." And the secret agent at the end said, "Guess I can't be trusted." And he literally betrayed the Skibidi scientist, and also killed the Plunger Man after he did all the dirty work. And maybe he will again help the agents to defeat the Astro Toilets. But in the end, he will also betray them. And it's even possible that the secret agent stole technology from the agents and then gave it to the scientist.
Też mi się wydaje właśnie, że sekretny agent to ukradł. No już wam to mówiłem
And perhaps
wcześniej.
there is no traitor among the agents. And it was all done by a secret agent because he was on the side of the toilets. But I don't understand why he needed to work with toilets. Perhaps he didn't know any other way to destroy them and he decided to join them in order to later betray them and kill the scientist. If honestly everything is very confusing and we can come up with a billion theories, but it won't make sense until a few episodes are out. But I'm also interested in why the secret agent used this cameraman for his own purposes.
He probably is slowly increasing his numbers because he knows that Astro toilets will be meddling in his plans. And unlike the normal toilets, they seem a lot smarter and stronger, so he probably needs extra man-force. Thus, he is choosing agents that he either can easily manipulate or use, if you ask me.
This makes sense, and he clearly creates his army of agents. And perhaps there are many such cameramen. And I think that the secret agent collected the dead or wounded bodies of agents and made his soldiers out of them. Because in episode 47, we saw how the secret agent approached the cameraman and did something with him.
No to akurat podszedł do Lucky Kamery wtedy, nie?
And he himself said that a more dangerous threat had appeared in the form of Astro toilets. And this means that Astro toilets are dangerous even for him and that he is not God. And he is also afraid for his life. And
No jeżeli mają zdolność teleportacji, szybkiego poruszania się,
also in the
no.
new scene, I noticed one crazy detail. And take a closer look at this gun. And this is exactly the gun the fake Skibidi scientist
Ej, rzeczywiście, to jest dokładnie to samo, tylko że to jest jakby do naprawiania, nie?
had in episode 67. And there was also number 2, and I'm wondering about this. But what does that mean? And there are two options. The first option is that the secret agent stole technology from the cameramen and gave it to the scientist, since he used to be on the side of the toilets. And the second option is that among the cameramen there is a traitor, and perhaps it is this engineer. And who else but an engineer fits the role of a traitor? He has access to all technology since he participates in their creation. And perhaps the cameramen realized that there was a traitor among them, and they hired a detective who must figure out which of them is a traitor.
Ciekawe, nie? Tego nie,
So
nie
thank you to all of you for
zauważyłem.
telling me that we have already seen Cameraman in a red shirt in episode 31,
No.
and we also saw him in episode 34. And as I said before, I think he has his own role in this series. And he is special because there were
On wygląda jak Dark Speakerman, też takie ubranie ma,
almost
nie?
no agents who could live
Ten
as long as
kamera.
he did. So respect to him. But we still have one last and very important question. What will happen in the new episode?
I honestly have no idea how the next episode will start. It
No jeszcze mamy G-Mana. Pamiętajcie, że to nie jest tak, że walka w tej bazie się skończyła, bo naukowiec został pokonany. Tam jeszcze setki są Skibidi Toilet w środku,
could either
nie?
be a very chill episode or a fight-oriented one, but the last episode really felt like a season finale, and Boom didn't give us any cliffhangers.
It's also difficult for me to say how the new episode will begin, because episode 70 got its logical ending, but perhaps we will have to see another battle of Gmail against the Titans,
Gmaila.
because before the agents entered the
Źle to przetłumaczone.
Skibidi scientist, we heard that G-Man was still at the base, but perhaps a more chill episode awaits us, and we will see the Cameraman laboratory and the Cameraman detective, who will begin his investigation, and most likely this will be the case. And the new episode should come out faster than usual. And since 5 days have already passed since the release of the last episode, it is possible that today or tomorrow we will receive some leaks.
Oj, fajnie by było, jakby teraz filmy powstawały co 7 dni, ale by było mega fajnie. Natomiast zależy od Booma wszystko. Kurka, naprawdę seria
And
się
in 2 or
robi
3 days, a new
kozacka.
episode will be released.
Ale Boom nie może zwlekać tak z wypuszczaniem odcinków, bo się po prostu ludziom to, no,
Anyway,
nudzi.
if there is any
Kurka, naprawdę mega.